The Nobel Prize-winning economist Amartya Sen has been highly influential in defining what we mean by development. Traditional economics had previously focused on income and economic growth as the main measures of well-being. Sen's groundbreaking work in the 1980s showed that poverty actually involves a wider range of deprivations in health, education and living standards, which are not captured by income alone. His capabilities approach promoted a multidimensional appreciation of well-being, leading to the introduction of the Human Development Index by UNDP from 1990. Then in 1999, Sen changed the paradigm again with his argument that freedoms constitute not only the means, but the end in development. Sen's view that development is freedom is now widely accepted. Development is now judged by its impacts on people, not only by changes in their income, but more generally in terms of their choices, capabilities and freedoms. Fundamentally, according to Sen, development involves people having the capability to choose between a range of different options that they value. Development is enlarging people's choices, capabilities and freedoms so that they can live a long and healthy life, have access to knowledge, a decent standard of living and participate in the life of their community. Sen also has much to say about capabilities. He considers resources, such as a bicycle, as an input, but its value depends upon an individual's ability to convert it into a valuable activity, such as bicycling, which depends on their personal health, social norms, and the physical environment, such as the quality of the road. It is only when these abilities are present that a bicycle can become an incredibly useful form of transportation. An individual's capability set is defined by Sen as the range of valuable activities that an individual has real access to. For example, an individual's capability set may include access to different activities relating to mobility, such as walking, bicycling, or taking a public bus. The activity they actually select to get to work may be the public bus, but for Sen, the key to their freedom is the range of options that they had in making that decision. A range of internal factors impact capabilities, including health, family, culture and reasoning. But capability is also fundamentally determined by a range of external factors, including politics and the physical environment. Women may have the citizen entitlement to vote in an election and strongly wish to do so, but it matters little if the nearest polling booth is too far for them to access via public transport, or if their husband prevents them from going, or they are fearful of intimidation and violence once they arrive at the polling booth. Thus, for development projects to follow Sen's capability approach, they often act in ways that empower people so that individuals are politically enabled to increase the range of options that they can choose from. Dealing with local politics is seldom straightforward. Communities are rarely cohesive or neatly organised. There are always divisions based on wealth, gender and politics. There can be long-running disputes and conflicts, especially over the likes of land ownership. It can take people many years to reach consensus over what the community should prioritise. Community leaders may want to avoid or slowly chip away at intractable issues, especially those with a history of conflict. They are often embroiled in local issues themselves. They may look to development workers as neutral outsiders to impartially facilitate compromise and new ideas. Even after a consensus position is reached, it is unlikely that the external governance system will respond or even notice. The external governance system can be as fractured as the most divided community. government departments and different aid organisations are notoriously bad at collaborating. The role of development worker often involves navigating this institutional complexity and brokering political solutions that serve the community interest. Aid academics and practitioners have formed a global consortium coined Thinking and Working Politically, or TWP. Their reading of the development literature is that political factors are usually more important in determining success than the scale of aid funding or the technical quality of programming. Successful implementation happens when programs are aligned with a political support base that is influential enough to overcome the resistance of those not wanting to change the status quo. The Thinking and Working Politically Consortium maintains the following key principles. Understanding and skillfully navigating politics is frequently the missing ingredient in project design and implementation. Achieving change usually involves local political processes of bargaining among interest groups. Every country has to find its own way to translate political power into change for the public good. A critical part of this process is the routine, daily struggle over the rules of the game, which are shaped by emerging coalitions, mediation, negotiation and compromise, and innumerable calculations of political risk and opportunity. Politically smart development assistance combines political savviness with responsive and adaptive implementation that is rooted to the local context. Rather than straitjacketing people into prescriptive programs, more emphasis is placed on building local leadership and responding proactively and effectively to the politics of community and stakeholders. To be an effective leader in development, you need to understand how to navigate politics and to develop strategies to build your legitimacy and influence. These skills are largely the same regardless of the context, whether you're working in the private sector or government, or in the politicised fields of global development.